In today's lesson, I'm going to show you how to explode your mechanical pencil and create a drawing that has a parts list and balloons on it. So let's get started here. You can see that I have my assembly. This time, instead of going to the left, we're going to go all the way over to the far right, and you'll see three little tabs. We're going to click on the very first tab, which is called BOM tab, and it stands for Bill of Materials. So let's just click on it and open it up. And I'm going to grab this edge and I'm going to expand it out a little bit. You can see the four that we get is item, quantity, part number, and description. Now, normally I have you delete the part number and description, and then we usually add in the name, but this time we're actually just going to delete, right click and remove part number, and we're going to actually add a description in. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to hover over item number one. And if you look over on your part, you can see that's my external barrel. It's kind of highlighting it. So I'm going to double click in here, and that is my external barrel. If I come down with my cursor number 2, it's the clip. So I'll double click there. That's called the clip. I go down to number 3. That's my eraser. I might have to zoom out a little bit so you can see the rest of them. If I come down to number 4, that's my internal barrel. If I go down to number 5, you can see that is the lead gripper. Number 6 is going to be my tip. And that would leave number 7 being my cylinder. All right, so now I have all my parts in. What I can do right now is I can actually just move this closed a little bit. I don't need to do anything else with it for now. And we've named all our parts. What I'm going to do now is go down to my next tab, which is exploded views. And you can see that I want to add an exploded view. So we're going to add one. And now we're actually going to start to move our parts. So I'm going to move my pencil a little bit more into the middle. And all I'm going to do is just click on any one of my parts, and you can see that I have 3 arrows, so I can move it in 3 directions, and I have these 3 half little circles here that allows me to rotate it. But I'm just going to kind of move it out a little bit. So I'm going to slide this one out here. And it's up to you whether you want to keep these trails or not. You can actually just turn them off by unchecking them right here. It's up to you whether you want to keep them or not. So I'm just going to leave them on for now. So when I'm done with that, moving that one, I'm going to hit the green check. I'll come over here. I'll click on my next part. I can slide that out. I'll hit the green check. I'll click on my next part. I can actually slide that one out. And I always want to make sure that I leave a little bit of this white area in between my parts. I hit my green check. Now I'll go on the back side. And I'll click on my eraser. And I'm going to slide that out. I'm going to have to zoom out a little bit so I can have some more room. And I'm actually going to move this back in a second. Hit my green check. I'm going to click on my internal barrel. I'm going to slide that out. Now, actually, if I wanted to, I could actually just take that internal barrel. If I wanted to, click on it, and I could actually just slide it right through. And I think in this case I will, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring everything in a little bit closer, so I'm not taking up a lot of extra room. So I'm going to bring my eraser back in a little bit. And the last thing I want to do is I want to move my clip. And I think I want to move my clip off this way a little bit. So it looks a little bit neater. The next thing I need to do is I need to make sure that I give my view a name. So I want to make sure I name it. So over here, underneath my little view cube, my little drop down, the 4th one down is name views. So I need to give this a name, and we're going to call this exploded view, and we'll call exploded view pencil. And I'll hit my little plus mark there, and boom. All right, so name is already in use. So I've already done this one time. So let's just give it, we'll call it V1. There we go. And so now I have this exploded view V1. All right, what I can do now is I'll just close up this little window. And then I'm going to hit the little plus or X out of that and hit done. So now I want to start putting everything into a drawing. So let's go down in the bottom left corner, hit the little plus sign, create a drawing. And we'll open up a drawing here. Okay, there's my drawing. So now what I want to put in is I want to put in my assembly. So I want to go over here to this window, and I'm going to click on assemblies. And there's my first assembly, so I'm going to click on it. Now, before I put it over here, where it says view orientation, now it says front, I'm going to slide down here where it says exploded view pencil V1. That's the one we made. And I'm also going to go down to the default, and I want exploded one. So I want my exploded one. So I'm going to grab that, and I'm going to kind of slide that up here, and you can kind of get a preview of it. Slide it up there. Looking pretty good. All right, next thing, always right click, show shaded view. There we go, it's all colored in. So now I need to put in my parts list and my balloons, and I want to put another view in, but I'm going to do that last. So up here, you'll see these three tables. I'm going to select the middle one, which is BOM, same as that thing. Click on my BOM table, and there it is. So I'm going to try to get this down here in the corner. I'm just going to plop it in anywhere. And then I can come over here on this black dot, and I can grab that black dot, and I can actually now move that. And I want to get it as close as I can to that corner. There we go. That looks pretty good. All right. Next thing I want to do is do my balloons. So those are called callouts, and that's right next here. So I'm going to click on my callout, and all I'm going to do is click on the edge here, and I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Click on the edge and pull this out, and I kind of want to make these kind of look nice. I'll pull that out a little bit more. Come grab that one, pull it out, grab that edge, pull it out. I'll grab my clip, pull it out, and the last one is my eraser. And maybe my eraser I'll pull this way. I think it's looking pretty good. I can actually grab my number 6. I can pull it out just a little bit more if I want to. I want to make sure it doesn't come into my border, just so I have arrows on it. The last thing I want to do in this drawing is I want to put one more view in. So I'm going to go back to insert, and I want to go to my assemblies. And there's my assembly, and that's what I want. I just want one simple picture of my assembly. I might either want the front view, or maybe I can come back in here and I can click isometric and come down here and put a nice isometric view in. And of course, right click, shade my view. And that is called an exploded view, parts list drawing with balloons.